Hi guys, my name is Maya, and this is one of my first videos. I wanted to share this because I'm a massage therapist, and I noticed by doing massage all day, I started to get a lot of tension in my fingers, my hands, my forearms, all the way up. And I just thought when I found this information that this could help anybody who has a lot of pressure in their wrist or hands, chiropractors, massage therapists, potters, anyone that's pretty active and doing a lot of things with their hands. So to get started, I'd first like to give the credit to GMB Fitness. The Elements is the series that I got this from, and how I would like to share it is I'm going to break it down into a series also of each video. So this one is going to be directly around the wrists, and the reason why is because I noticed once I started to do these I had a lot more release. So just remember that you may have some kind of pain that's going on in one area, but you might have tensions in another area, that once you release those, then your symptoms might go away. Okay, so let's get started. The first ones are called the thumb and finger pulses. And what you're going to end up doing is just opening up your fingers as far as you can, and then you're going to put your fingers on the ground, and you're just going to place some pressure into them. Open up, stretching, keeping the fingers nice and straight, and then just kind of pushing into the ground. And you're going to do maybe 10 reps, and just kind of come in and out. Not a lot of pressure, just making sure that you keep your fingers to touching the ground, and you're lifting up and off. Then we're going to do the thumbs. Same thing, press in, press out, press in, and press out. And you're going to do about 10 of those. And that is going to just get the fingers to release for the beginning, which is going to be really important, because the two things that you really need to make sure you do before you start these exercises is that you keep your fingers wide open so that all points of the hand are touching the ground. And then you're going to make sure you're pushing into the ground. So the intention of getting that muscle tension to come into the ground. Those are the most important parts of these exercises that I've found. And then we'll start now with what's called the elbow rotation. And so my fingers are opened, nice and strong and open, and I'm pressing into the ground. And now what I'm doing is I'm taking the elbow point and I'm actually turning them inward, and then I'm turning them outward. As much as possible, just go to your range of motion, and you're just going to keep the rotation going, and you'll start to feel the pressures from each of the muscle groups coming in, through, and out. And you're just going to do that for a set of 10 to start. You can go up to 20, it's up to you, how you feel. Really just maybe in the beginning start really slow, intentionalize the movements, and just kind of really seeing what range of motion you have. Okay, next it's called the heel raises, and the heel raises are literally, I'm going to put my hand to the side, you're going to place your hand on the ground, and then you're just going to lift the heel of your hand off the ground, and you're just going to lift and go up and down. So it kind of looks like both of these at the same time. You're just going to lift up and lift down. Lift up and keep down. Okay? All right. The next ones now are going to be, it's called the sides to sides. So you're going to take your hands to the side like this. And so it's kind of like that, right? Okay, and now what you're going to do is you're going to lean past your wrists, shoulders past the wrist, back and forth, just keeping the tension into the ground. And then let me kind of direct this. You're going to start from neutral, so that's about neutral, and then you're going to go past, your shoulders are going to go past the wrists. Okay, and so you can see it's going to go one to the right and then 1 to the left. Okay? And you can do each side 10 times. The next one is called the fingers backwards. Now these are important because you will notice that you really want to keep in the beginning close to your knees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invert my hands back to my knees. So right here. So they'll be pretty close to your knees, right? And you're just going to keep the contact of the heel on the ground, and then you're going to press back and sit back, right? Let up, sit back, and let up, okay? And then once you get used to it being in this position, you can then move them away from your knees and then open it up a little bit more, right? Letting it just sit there for a second and coming back. Doing that 10 times. Okay. Now, this is the other side. It's called the back of the hands, and you're really going to place the back of the hand on the ground. And the same thing, you're going to be close to your knees in the beginning, but then what you can do is progress out. But just staying like this, very neutral from my shoulders over my wrist, can be pretty much the stretch for you, depending on where you are in terms of how you feel. But make sure you're pushing into the ground and just hold. Just start from there. Now, if you notice that it's not painful or anything, then do the same thing. Just sit back slightly, creating a little bit more tension, and then come back out. Creating a little bit more tension and coming back out. Make sure you have your fingers open, making sure that they're flat on the ground and that there's pressure in the ground. Okay? And you're just going to sit back, doing that a couple times to 10 times, whatever makes you feel good. And now, the last one is called the fingers facing forward, leaning past the wrist. And it literally is what the lateral ones were, but instead of taking the side, you're going to keep straight. And let me take it from the side here. So then what you're going to do is the same thing, neutral from the shoulder to the wrist, but then you're going to lean past your wrist and give that tension just slightly into the front of the arms, and then come back and front and back. And just go to your ability, and you're just going to do those for 10. And so each of these will start creating some circulation. So you're just going to really want to just kind of maybe roll your wrists, kind of get the blood flow kind of, circulating. You're going to feel some expansion, but just, kind of see what's going on. And, like I said, take this to your abilities, but if you like this information and you would like to subscribe to my channel, please do. And I'll see you in the next part where we talk about the fingers. Thanks. All right, bye.